What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphins fans, guys. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter at TD Fans Talk, Instagram, TD Fans Talk, and DolphinsTalk.com as well, guys. I am back. I am back. I am back, man. So much to discuss. Once again, as common, I don't know where to start, but hey, we're going to get started. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. What's up, Angel? What's up, Mente? Pete! What's up with you, man? Finsanity in the building. Y'all really gonna trade us Laramie Tunsil? Lord. What's good, TD? Finally got the notification. What's up with you, man? Everything good over here, man. TD, been waiting on this. I know, man. I know, and I'm gonna talk about that for a little before I even get started, man. I'm gonna talk about that for a little. Y'all bear with me, man. Y'all see me. I burnt my lip, trying to eat too fast. I walked in the kitchen Sunday and grabbed, a little sausage and put it in my mouth. I was like, whoa, oh my gosh. So I burnt my lip a little bit. So y'all gotta bear with the little, y'all see it. Y'all see the little burn on there. But it's all right, man. Fins up, baby. Fins up, man. Good morning to you too, Minister. Bruce Jones, shout out to you, man. Luck retired. Man, we got a lot to talk about. But I need to tell y'all about my weekend in regards to what we're talking about with football, right? So, one moment. Drink this down real quick. Andrew Luck ain't returning, but we'll talk. So here we go. Friday, right? And I'm getting all these notifications, people hitting me up Friday about trade rumors. All right. Trade rumors. And I'm like, we'll see, right? And the wife convinced me Friday night, hey, let's just enjoy our night together. Give me a night. You already know what time it is. Wife wins every time, right? So, we wake up the next morning. I'm like, I'm going to make sure I do some filming. And then my sisters call and they say, hey, come on out to where we are about 2 hours away. We're just trying to have some fun, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool, man. We go, I'll probably stream in the car, do this, do that. So I'm headed out to them with my family. And we get there and oh my God, man, I'm telling you, I had about 30 text messages, all type of stuff about Tunsil getting traded, Rashad Jones getting traded, Kiko is definitely gone. They're talking all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm sitting there like, I already know that because first and foremost, I went on Twitter and Armando or whatever his name is tweeted, Dolphins are going to end up trading away Laramie Tunsil and stuff like that. And I commented on his tweet. I said, sarcasm. Basically, I gave him some comment that said, keep on with the sarcasm, right? Next thing you know, I'm getting notifications from other YouTubers, videos about Tunsil about to get traded. I'm like, oh my gosh, is everybody falling for this bait for real? Is everybody really doing this right now? Is this real right now? Like, come on. Is this real? Everybody reacted off of a tweet by Armando that was sarcastic, and I responded to him, one of the first ones right after he tweeted it, saying, sarcasm. I said something about sarcasm to him, right? And next thing you know, the Dolphin world just start having this onslaught of Tunsil getting traded. And I'm like, is people serious? So I'm like, let me go live. Let me talk about this. And right when I was about to do that, I dropped my phone, shattered my screen. Dropped my phone and shattered my screen. Now, mind you, I'm away from home, so I ain't at my setup and my computer and everything, so I can only go live on my phone. And I still could have went live. I just couldn't see anything really well, which sucked. Which I think I got it done this morning, another screen on there. But yeah, and I'm like, but I'm actually happy I broke my screen because I got to sit back the whole weekend on my wife's phone pretty much because I could barely see my screen at the time. And I'm just looking at all the overreactions, all the craziness. And I'm like, wow, nobody's going to wait till Monday morning to hear what the Dolphins actually got to say about it. Nobody's going to wait till Monday morning and hear what the Dolphins got to say about it before they keep on going on this crazy tangent. Then it went one thing after another. And I'm just like, you know what? For once, it's actually good to sit back and watch and evaluate. And I'm happy I didn't jump out there and start making assumptions, because I got to really think about a lot of stuff, and it helped me see even a clearer picture of where we're headed as a team. And then when we released TJ McDonald, I said confirmation on what I was thinking about. And we're going to talk about what I was thinking about today. And it was just refreshing to sit back and watch the media world go. And before I even get started, guys, I just want to say, listen to me clear. First of all, y'all hit that like button. Show your love. Listen to me. A lot of people in the media, YouTubers, ESPN analysts, all the media, all the people that give you all your Dolphins news, they don't know nothing. They have no idea. And the crazy thing is, and you know what? Let me bucket myself in that, because I don't want to seem arrogant or like I'm the it or this is where it is. No, let me put myself in that. We don't know nothing. But let me educate you on something. You have some people who is going to write a narrative and drive a narrative that they want to see. They're going to drive a narrative that they want to see. TD is going to draw a conclusion based off of all the data and make a hypothesis, an educated guess. Here's what I think is going to happen, but here's why. Not just, oh, I don't want this person on the team. Oh, the Dolphins are looking to trade this person. And bringing the whole media mass hysteria to try to drive it a little. Newsflash, we have a front office now to all the media out there. Newsflash, we have a front office now that can care less about what the fans think. And that's not a bad thing. That's the best thing for an organization. Because when you start caring about what the fans think, people who don't know the ins and outs, people who aren't at practice right now seeing one of your stars screwing up like crazy, you don't see that. So when we release a player, hypothetically like a Kenyon Drake, man, we finna lose. Why would we release? Oh, you don't see what's happening in practice. When I say that, Fitch is gonna start. Rosie's coming off the bench. Oh, you delusional. If we do, we stupid. You don't see what's happening in practice. And the sad thing about it all, our head coach is telling you in his pressers in so many words, and I'm here to break it down for you. I try my best. Don't mean I'm always right. Don't mean I'm always accurate. Don't mean I am the God-given gift to Dolphin sports, okay? I'm just giving you the best educated guess that I can based off of the information I get. I get the coach's information, the GM's information, what the players are saying, what I see, the reports from practice, a cumulative of the media so I can wean out what's real and what's not. That's what's happening. So at the end of the day, man, y'all got to start holding these people who giving y'all news accountable. Because, I mean, y'all hold me accountable. Y'all be all about conversation. Told you, TD, that ain't what happened. Or whatever. Hold these people accountable. Whoever you read your source from that said that Laramie Thompson was getting traded, why don't you go back to where you got it from and go ahead and give them their negative review? Because I sure do. At the end of the day, this is what's flood. That's why we got the most divided fan base there is. This is a part of the reason we have the most divided fan base there is. Y'all ain't got to believe it, but we got a divided fan base. We have a divided fan base, man. He is flip-flopping on the QB, Coach Flo. No, he's not. How? Well, we'll get into that, man. We'll keep talking, guys. What's up with you, C007? Shout out to you, man. Listen, y'all. Listen, the media speculates at best. Exactly. Speculation. And at the end of the day, what I do is speculation, but at least I feel like I do my due diligence to get all of the information to make a speculation. Versus, hey, let me go look at a headline. What's on the headline today? Tough day for former Miami Dolphin and TJ McDonald. Oh, the Dolphins got rid of TJ McDonald. I don't know why they just go off of the title. They don't even read the articles. They don't even read the articles. They see a title. Oh, let me write something about it. Let me go live about whatever it is. No, man, do some work. Do some work. These people, y'all should demand the people you listen to about the Miami Dolphins to do some work. All right, do some work. Actually read up on what you're talking about. All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Matter of fact, let me play it like this. It's all about y'all today, man. With my phone going down and stuff like that, I felt bad, man. But it was refreshing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I felt bad. So here's how we gonna do it. Load up the comment section right now. What y'all want to hear about, and I'm gonna give y'all my take. I got a lot to say, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Load up the comment section right now, and I will give you my take on it. I'm gonna write them all the way down, man. I'm gonna write it all the way down. Why didn't they trade TJ? All right. Man, y'all moving fast. Youth movement is the number one priority. Youth movements. Might be pushing back on that. Miami is going 10-6. 11-5, baby. Final 53. I already told y'all after the fourth preseason game. The offensive line. O-line. I don't know why y'all keep stressing about that, but okay. Coach Foe playing games, that's what he should be doing. Keeping everyone fessing is what he should do. I agree. Wild card. About the trades we should and shouldn't. Well, let me scroll back up. Trades. Let me just put trades. That encompasses everything. Balaj or Drake's. Who's starting? Balaj or Drake. Oh my gosh, y'all funny. Miami is going 6-10 and our old lines still stinks on ice. All right, good opinion. TJ being cut. We got TJ. Luck retiring. Ooh, I can't wait to get to Luck retiring. Oh my gosh, because I'm ethering people. I am going off. I don't care. Filter free. Some of y'all may not want to tune in to that one. Andrew Luck situation. Oh, I am going off. On all y'all who think we're supposed to be starting Rosen, all y'all who was getting on 10 here. Oh, I am going off. Oh, I got a perspective on that. Man, who would Miami trade and for who? We already got that under trades. Already got O-line down. Where should Minka play now? The same place. But I'll put it. Minka, position. I do not want Clowney. That's under trades. With Miami trading Tunsil. Oh, my God. Let me just put that in here. This Tunsil stuff. Now I'm going to offer perspective on Tunsil. I'm going to show y'all a world where they would actually trade Laramie Tunsil. I'll show you a world of why they would and how it could be realistic. But I'll also get on the people that thought they were trading him recently. Because that wasn't the case. Nor should it have been. But we'll talk about it. Color deal we're trading. Let me see. I'm behind. Potential O-line trades. Man, I done skipped up. I done hit it too far down. Jadeveon Clowney trade. Who else will we cut, in your opinion? Cuts. Let me go with cuts. All right. Because the trade stuff is all together. All right. Let me take a few more. Would you do a trade? And if not, why? We're already talking about trades. O-line, do we trade for one? We're going to talk about that. Who would Miami trade and for what? All right. Sub TD beat Dallas. We will. O-line, that other QB cornerback spot. All right. That's a good one. Clowney starting layered. LOL. Oh, man. How do we fix our O-line? Pray. Nick, man. Come on. Have some positivity, Nick. What trades would our would you? All right, I guess that's it because everybody going trades. Who's stepping up as number one receiver? This any wild cards? Number one receiver and potential. One moment, guys. Oh, yes, sir. I had to help a little one with his artwork. Win now mode. Let's see. Who's stepping up? I already got that. Don't mind it. I like building a young core that has potential to get the job done as much as them. Yes. All right. I guess that's it. All right. In breaking news, we released offensive lineman Will Holden. Just so you know. All right. Is your wife in the fantasy league? No, she's not. I wouldn't let her in the fantasy league. She's a Cowboy fan. Not allowed. But anyway, Fizz will be killed first. Hey, TD, I hope you had a great weekend. I mean, we spent it with the family, and once I got my mind off of this football stuff, we actually did have a lovely time. Because my phone screen was messed up, but I got it all together now, man. Let me just go on down. Bobby back to nickel, cornerback. Never too early for peace. So let me go, man. If I missed your what you wanted to say, I'm sorry. I think I got enough topics and I got so behind on the chat. Might as well just go straight down to the bottom and get started. So we have before I get started, we got 101 people in the room and only 40 likes. So if you do appreciate what I do as far as these streams about the best team in football, the Miami Dolphins, please hit that like button. I'm saying but please hit that like button. See if we can get it to at least 80 likes. Come on now, at least 80% of the people in the room can show some appreciation. Help your boy out, man. Because when you hit that like button up there, we want to get 200 likes on this stream. Eventually, when you hit that like button up there, what happens is when people search Miami Dolphins, what's going on, we go to the top of the list for the day. So help your boy out. Hit that like button. It's going to bring more people to our channel, more subscribers as well. By the way, congratulations to you all, not me. Thank you. You all hit 5,300 subscribers on this channel. And that's nothing but everybody who's subscribed to the channel already, showing your love, showing your support, sharing the videos, letting people know about this channel. Thank y'all for y'all love. I thank y'all for y'all support. 5,300 subscribers, guys. We have been growing so fast. We're about 15 months in, and we got 5,300 subscribers in 15 months. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right? Trust me, in the YouTube world, that is amazing. I promise you that, man. Some people have been doing it for 3, 4, 5 years and may only have 3,000, 2,000. So it is amazing. I appreciate everybody's love and support. Y'all hit that like button. We're at 58. Keep it going. We can hit 80. I know we can hit 80. Trade Drake for Clowney. That ain't even an even fair trade. So I don't know where that keeps coming from. I don't even know where that keeps coming from. How is that even close? How is that even close? Not even close, man. 5,300 straight talk from TD. Yes, sir. TD, you really need to step up a fan, set up a fan mail. I had realization this weekend. I got to do a lot of stuff. Running a channel and building a channel takes more than people think. You know, you got to have all your social medias going. And then I actually talked to some other YouTubers like a Buffalo Bills YouTuber, Jets YouTuber. I talked to some other guys recently, and I realized, man, some of these guys got teams. Now I see how they do some of the things they do. They literally have teams, you know. These guys handle their social media. That guy handles this and that. These guys have teams. This isn't easy. Just let y'all know that now. It is hard to get everything, but I will get the fan mail, P.O. box, all that stuff going. because all people do all the time is tell me, hey, I want to send you something. I want to do this for you. And shout out to everybody who does give to the channel and donate to the channel and through PayPal. I mean, I haven't even been live and people were sending me stuff through PayPal over the weekend. And I was just like, man, and with little messages, appreciate what you do. So thank all y'all, man. Y'all show your love, but I'll get everything else set up so that we all good, man. So y'all can continue to show your love and support if you choose to. This is one of those things where TD is trying to ask you to do so, all right? But I do appreciate the love that you all show, all right? It's you, TD. Nah, it's y'all, man. I ain't nothing without y'all. Think about that. TD, I believe they mean a draft pick with running back Kenyon Drake for the Jadeveon Clowney. Well, we can speculate on what they mean, but what they wrote was Drake for Clowney. You know, but at the end of the day, what draft pick? Because that still might be lopsided. All right, guys. Without further ado, man, we've been chit-chatting the entire time. It's time to dive in, man. It's time to talk about our team. It's time to talk about what's been going on out here. It's time to get into the ins and outs, my best analysis that I can give you about a lot of this stuff, okay? All right? So here's where we're going to start. I'm going to start with the little small things, okay? Start with the small things. First and foremost, the opposite cornerback spot for this team. The opposite cornerback spot for this team, I think everyone can come to a consensus that the leader opposite of Xavier Howard at this point is going to be none other than Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe has done some good things in this preseason. We all were worried about Eric Rowe. One of the biggest things that Flores continues to talk about, and that's what I love about Flores. No matter if a player plays well, he's going to find that thing where they need to do well. Flores wasn't happy about those pass interference calls. Now, we could all look at it like, but come on. No, because, and I find myself doing that at times. I'm like, oh, man, that's tough on Rowe. Because the defender actually stopped and came back into him on one of those. And then on top of it, he got a pick in the game. So it's easy to be like, man, Rowe had a good game, you know? Because that pick was huge in winning. And that pick can be huge in winning in a regular season. But Flores ain't with all that, and I love it. He checks me in my thought process on that. I don't care that he had a pick. He still ain't turned his head around on that play. Because if he turned his head around, it wouldn't have been a pass interference. I don't care that he had a pick. Don't care. I mean, he cares. Good job. He made up for it, X, Y, and Z. But that's not make it seem like one good thing, a really good thing, erases a mistake. One good thing erases a mistake. We got to clean all that up. Takes no talent. We work on it all day in practice. Turn your freaking head. You 30 yards down the field. At some point, any move that the receiver makes to look back, you look back. You look back. So at the end of the day, I love that mentality with Flores. We work on that every day. He has to learn how to turn his head. He has to be able to do this. He has to be able to do that. I don't care that he had that pick and he was always about his man and gluing. Oh, great job. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, still room for improvement. Never too high, never too low. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. We gotta fix all this. And that's why with this same thing I talk about with Xavier Howard, same thing I talk about with Kenyon Drake. Oh, you hating, TD? Flores wasn't hating on Eric Rowe. He did some good things, but just because the man points out the flaws, it's because he wants him to be a great player, not just a good one. So when I say that Kenyon Drake is a really good running back, when he hit that outside, he's explosive in open field and all that. Y'all like, yeah. But then I say he has a hard time running through tackles. He takes too many chances. Oh, you're hating. No, I want him to be better. I want him to be better. Xavier Howard, great cover skills, amazing recovery skills. But he takes too many chances at times. And those chances get him beat. Luckily, he has good recovery skills so that sometimes Because y'all make it seem like it's all the time. But sometimes he recovers and get an interception or something. So I say all the good things he got, yay! But he gets beat sometimes. He takes those chances on those double moves. Oh, you hating. No, I want him to be great. I want him to be great. That's all it is. So that's what Flores is doing with Eric Rowe. Yeah, he had that interception, which was pretty good, blah, blah, blah. But, he had some things that he needs to get better on. He got to turn his head. He got to have better positioning. He got to – all that stuff. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Straight up. That's who's going to be the opposite cornerback. Now, one thing at the cornerback position that has me a little puzzled, and this is one of the things I have on my separate list that I got to keep looking into. I love what Chris Lemons has been doing. Lemons, Lemon. Y'all get it. Y'all love what he's been doing. Y'all saw him in special teams lighting it up. But them first few games in preseason, he played some good quarterback. He played good out there on that boundary, man to man. He played really good. So whenever I heard Flores talk about, Eric Rowe and Walt Aikens and stuff like that, I was like, dang, he didn't even mention Lemons. Are they just looking at him as straight up special teams and a backup cornerback? Because I'm taking notice at what he's done on that field in preseason covering. So that's something I'm really, 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 really looking into. I'm paying attention to, because I hope this young kid makes the 53, because I think he has, or the practice squad if they don't, but I think he has good potential. I really do. I think he has really, really good potential, and it speaks to volumes of what Flores is trying to have. You want to make this team, you want to surprise me, do it in the kicking game. Well, you got somebody that's doing it. When we get this 53-man roster, Lemons is one that I plan on seeing somewhere on there. Just saying. We shall see. We shall see. All right. But that's my thoughts on the cornerback position, opposite Xavier Howard, for all y'all, those who wanted to know about that. All right. Eric Rowe is probably going to be the opposite corner. And I'm just wanting to look at this. I want to look at this situation as far as the backup, who's going to be selected. All right. Shout out to Shake Money with the donation, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad to see you back. Shout out to the U. You lucky Brianna here. Shout out to the U, FIU, go Panthers. Oh my gosh. Man, I ain't gonna talk about the U right now. I ain't gonna get on that because that's gonna upset me. TD, I agree on almost every point but the QB. That's fine, dude, and I appreciate your honesty, man. But we're gonna talk about that last. I'm gonna talk about the QB thing last, in conjunction with Andrew Luck and all of that. Because oh boy, I'm going in. I'm going in. All right. All right, here we go. What's next? Number one receiver potentially. Number one receiver potentially. Man, TD can't answer that question. And y'all know I don't want to sit here and not be able to answer your question. But I'm going to tell you why I can't answer that question. How can we evaluate the number one receiver when this week, well, last week technically, was the first week that we got like 3 of them back? Some of y'all may not even know. Albert Wilson has been practicing in full. Jakeem Grant is out there practicing in full. We just got some back. And we can't see what they're doing, because this is the part where they're not going to show you. So it can't be answered. All somebody can do is give you a guess on who they think, but it wouldn't be educated because they don't know what the guys who are coming now are doing. They don't know what they're doing at all. So that's kind of a wash. But I do want to have a side note conversation real quick about it, the wide receiver position, and Kenny Stills in particular. I made a video last week about the politics of Kenny Stills, what may have you, right? I did that, right? And People wanted me to come back and talk about the 7 or 8 songs that Flores played of Jay-Z and how it was wrong or whatever it may be. And I'll talk about it quickly because I don't even want to get on it long because I got so much to talk about. But y'all stay off Flores. He ain't did nothing wrong. And let me tell you why. Out of everything he said, I don't understand how people are missing that little part that makes all the difference. And all y'all who love Kenny, you might want to put your seatbelt on for this because you might have not heard it because the way y'all talking, y'all couldn't have heard him for what Flores said. Well, I wanted to challenge Kenny. Well, why would you challenge him like that? Blah, 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 and all that. Blah, blah, blah. That's unnecessary. Blah, blah, blah. Flores said straight up, well, you know, when you're a great receiver and you've been doing it for so many years and you come into this camp and you're not living up to what we expect of you. When I heard that, that was my reaction. You're not giving the play that we want from you. In other words, this is breaking news. My phone was messed up though, so I couldn't go live. This was breaking news. Oh, Kenny ain't been looking great in practice, huh? Flores' words are his own mouth. His own mouth. When he's not giving you exactly what you're asking of him, he's not performing at the level that we want from him. But we got all these other distractions that we're focusing on. At the end of the day, I lived what he's protesting. So I have a right to say what I'm saying. I lived it. And I'm actually in agreement with it. Those are his words. And I'm in agreement with it. But I needed to play those songs to make sure that he can play through distractions because he's not giving us what we're needing. He's not playing at a level that we need. And now people, they're going to trade Kenny. I'm not sure about that. Or if they trade Kenny, it has to be a bigger reason. Stop. It's like we stop crying about everything. Sometimes it ain't the bigger reason. A man who lived it himself is telling you, I'm not getting the play that I need. So I got to do something, and I don't care who questions how I'm challenging my players. These are Flores words. I will challenge them how I see fit. I don't care what nobody else says. Because when I'm not getting the level of play that I need from him, I need to make sure all these other things aren't the factor. Those aren't the reason. Because something must be the reason. Am I just supposed to sit back and be like, well, even though he ain't playing well, you know, he's doing his thing about that, so let's just leave him alone? Hell no! People get fired over that. So regardless of what cause it is, people still got to do their job. They still got to do their job. And if you ain't performing at the level that you need to be performing at, come on, man. Come on. His exact words. When we're not getting the level of play that we need from him, then it's a concern. So I want to make sure that these distractions aren't the reason, and this and that. I need more out of him. Point blank, man. That's it. I ain't talk about it no more. But that's what it is. But some people think, hey, they about to trade Kenny. Kenny is tradable, but I don't think they're going to trade him. And in the press conference this morning, they even said, have you seen things better out of Kenny and this and that? Yeah, I have. You know, I've saw him do some better things, X, Y, and Z. He spoke positively about his play since that happened. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with supporting Kenny D. I support him too. But why I gotta stop it? I'm talking football. I'm talking football. Kenny gonna be fine? Yeah, I think he is too. But I'm talking to the people who are sitting there making assumptions about If they cut Kenny, it's a bigger reason. Flores made it clear, straight up. I ain't seen the play that we need from him. But then he came out today and said, yeah, I mean, I've seen some good things from Kenny. Things have gotten better. Oh, my bad, D. You know, I'm just saying. All I'm doing is reading comments based off of what I'm saying. That's it. But yeah, man, that's what's going on. Kenny gonna be on this team, you know. Kenny, but I think what it is, he might have been coasting too. That's just my opinion. I think he might have been coasting too during camp. Like, you know, just doing his thing, blah, blah, blah. And now that Flores is all up on him and making statements out there like that, now Kenny's like, all right, let me get to work. Let me get to work. That's what I think is happening. Because Kenny ain't no scrub. Kenny can give them what the level they want. Of course. Kenny's a great wide receiver. I'm one who's been saying that Kenny is actually maybe hadn't even reached his prime yet. It's a chance he ain't reached his prime yet. Because think about it. When he was with Breeze, he was young, still developing. When he came to Miami, he ain't had an O-line to get a quarterback time to get him the ball. And some of y'all will argue he ain't had a quarterback that could be getting him the ball at a high clip. So he might even have a more of an upside, believe it or not. It's a good chance of it. And you bring weapons around him, like Preston Williams, these speedy guys, and you put the right line and the right quarterback, oh, man. Tanny Distills has some beautiful deep balls. I agree, man. But, yeah, man, let me cross that off. We done with that. All right? What else is small? Minka's position. Minka's going to be in the nickel. What? I mean, it'll baffle me. It'll baffle me if I see otherwise. Bobby McCain going back to the nickel and Minka going. It'll baffle me. Why would you have Bobby McCain play 100% of his camp snaps just about in the free safety to move him now? I mean, not Bobby McCain, but yeah, Bobby McCain. What am I tripping? Bobby McCain. Why would you have him playing 100% of his snaps at the free safety and all of a sudden make a switch now? I don't see the logic behind that. And he ain't did bad back there. He's done a really, 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 really good job. But there go those fans again. All they see is what they see at a game. They don't know nothing about practice. They don't know nothing about the daily reports. All they see is, the one touchdown that the last game that they got, Bobby was behind. Stop, please. Stop. Bobby will be at free safety, y'all. Stop the speculations. Rashad Jones is going to be at strong safety. Minka will get some reps back there if necessary. And Minka's going to be our nickel. As I've been telling y'all this whole time. The entire time. And shout out to Minka Fitzpatrick laying that beautiful, amazing hit in that preseason game. All shoulder, too. It was so good, I was waiting on the flag. It was such a good hit, I was waiting on the flag. I was like, oh, man, it was so beautiful and perfect and so hard that they got to throw it anyway. Even if it was legal, they got to throw it. They got to throw it. I'm just sitting there like, oh, where is it? Beautiful, but where is it? And I was actually more shocked it wasn't thrown, even though it was legal. Man, what a hit. Oh, yeah, that excited me. Oh, let me tell y'all something about this defense. If y'all get a chance to go watch that hit again, the highlight of that hit, I want you to watch the whole play. This is the beautiful thing about this defense. Now I know why this defense, a part of why this defense is looking so beautiful in that secondary. Guys, go back and watch the film on that play. When the receiver leaves the line of scrimmage, he is immediately bumped, right? The guy in front of him, like, you're not my guy, But I could say, oh my gosh, Flores got this defense working in unison. It was a thing of beauty. Y'all know I'm always looking at things bigger picture, and I see things that some people don't see sometimes. But I want y'all to go back and watch that play. When that receiver came off the line of scrimmage, whoever it was in front of him took his hands, because you could bump him in the first 5 yards, and kind of hit him into the next linebacker. And whoever was the linebacker, and I think it was Jerome Baker that he kind of like gave him a little shove into, okay, he's in my area now. Because this was one of the few times we ran a zone play, by the way. He's in my area now. But this the difference between this defense and Matt Burke's defense. In Matt Burke's defense, when these guys were in zone, this is my area. All right, somebody coming in my area. Let me look at the quarterback. If you throw, I'll head that way. Even if you connect, but I got a quick tackle. They're worrying about the tackles versus covering. And this time, the person pushed him into Baker's zone. Baker took his man and followed him out of his zone, and it was almost like a pass off. Baker didn't even keep running with him. Baker ran with him until Baker was like, I'm coming close to out of my zone and Minka's coming. Let me touch this man and feel him out of my zone, passing him right to Minka. And when he passed him, the quarterback made a perfect throw. Because in the defense that we're running, you got to, number one, make a perfect throw. Shout out to them making a perfect throw. If the guy would have held onto the ball and completed it, it would have been great defense. Let me get this straight. It would have been great defense, but better offense. So when he passed him off, he passed him right into Minka. Perfect throw, right between two defenders. Got it, but oh, you gonna feel it. And he felt it and let it go. But in the past, it was just a get past my zone. He could have caught it even earlier because Baker wouldn't have followed him and passed him along to that hit. It would have been a catch like a second earlier. He would have been able to at least see the defender, brace, and go down with the hit. Y'all got to go look at it in detail to understand what I'm talking about. The defenders, when they rarely, because we've been running a lot of man-to-man. We've been running a lot of man-to-man. But what I loved about us running this zone this time was that they were passing them off to each other. You in my area? Come on. Oh, you out? All right, you got him now. Let me get back. Oh, it was a thing of beauty. These guys were working in unison, and this is the mentality of you ain't above nobody. Stop sitting there eyeing the quarterback, staying in your zone. What is he about to do? Oh, he's staring this way. Let me come this way a little. Oh, he's staring that way. Let me come that way a little. No. Pay attention to everybody out here running these routes. You're supposed to be quarterback routes. Quarterback. Oh, he coming my way. I can see him all the way. If you a linebacker way on the left side, you should be able to see the receiver way over there on that side. Literally. All right, you evaluating the field, backing up. Anybody coming this way? Oh, I see that guy starting to come in the crossing route. All right, let me edge over a little. So, you pass him to me. I'm running through my zone with him. There you go, safety. Let me get back in my area because it might be the dump off. Y'all got to understand when you evaluate football like that, you see a thing of beauty. You see a thing of beauty on that field. And people underestimate, oh, it's only preseason. Come on, man. If you don't see the attributables in our defense so far in preseason, in training camp, guys, I don't even think our defense, people starting to say, oh, the defense looks good. Listen, our defense ain't even 60% yet. In my opinion, our defense ain't even 60 yet. They still got to learn new looks. They got to learn offenses and different looks, giving them different this, our defense ain't even at its full potential yet. They probably won't peak until somewhere around week 6 or 7. When you get Rashard Jones back, when you get these guys that you don't know and they're in their specific spot and they stay healthy, it's gonna be nasty. Because listen, you can tell the scheme is great. You know why? Every unit been doing it. First unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit. They all been looking successful. They all been looking good. They've all been looking good. Every unit has looked good with the schemes that we've run. Now, mind you, some of the guys that are coming into starting form, like Egwavon, even Baker has been playing a lot of minutes. They've been playing a lot more minutes on defense due to some of the injuries, a lot of the injuries we have. But listen to me. This linebacking core is going to make all the difference in the world this year. Listen, man, I'm actually begging. Please start Egwavon. Baker and Egwavon, just that. Even DeLuca's been playing well. Oh, my gosh. Even DeLuca's been playing well. Even DeLuca, man. One moment, y'all. Y'all better see this, man. Y'all better see this happening, man. Let me see. What did he say? I read. Do you credit Brian Flores or Patrick Graham, TD? Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham. I don't even say his name enough. I'm really waiting to see what happened on game day. But Patrick Graham, you got to give the defensive coordinator the credit. Flores has a bigger job now, and people need to understand that too. Patrick Graham gets all the credit. Flores is over there with O'Shea just as much as Graham, looking at what's happening in the offense, talking about stuff with that. He come over there to Patrick Graham. He may have a more vocal presence on the defense, but you got to give Graham his props. He's executing Flores' expectations. Flores ain't just coaching 53 players when it's all said and done. Flores' job is to coach this coaching staff as well. And when something go down, you got to give them their due credit. Patrick Graham is delivering. I don't care if it's Flores' philosophy. It don't matter who philosophy it is or game plan it is. All that matters is who is the person driving results. Who's the person out there delivering the message and running the reps, criticizing, giving feedback, making it better? I get what you're saying, Ron. You say I credit both. Of course. It's never one guy in this staff. You're right. No question. And that's another thing. It's not just Patrick Graham. Because y'all got to understand the hierarchy. Flores, let's go to defensive tree. Graham, defensive line coordinator. All right, defensive line coach. You might have a defensive end coach, defensive tackle coach, linebacker coach, cornerback coach, safety coach. And all of them got assistants. All of them have assistants. Because people don't understand the coaching staff is vast. You think it's one guy with 7 guys just all day? No, it's that one guy with 7 guys and the assistant doing what he needs. And also adding some value. Yeah, this and that. And he's learning. Because that assistant needs to get promoted one day. Just like that coach needs to become the coordinator one day. And that coordinator needs to become a head coach one day. Nobody talks about the staff. I know I'm saying Patrick Graham because y'all got to understand, Flores is delivering to Patrick Graham. But Patrick Graham's job ain't to deliver to the D-line, the linebackers, the corners, the safety. Patrick Graham's job is to deliver to all of them through the specific position coaches. Hey, we need to get better on this, on that edge. He's talking to the defensive line coach. That's Patrick Graham talking to him. The linebackers need to do a better job going east to west. He's talking to the linebackers coach. He developing them. It's hierarchy to this. He observing the linebacker coach his people, and coming in and adding his value. Graham is observing all his coaches and adding value to them. Flores observing Graham observe his coaches adding value to them. It's hierarchy to this. These guys out here grinding all day in these players' face, telling them what they're doing wrong. We can't let nothing go by. You got to get better at this. After practice, that's an opportunity for you to work on. Your choice. You don't want to, and they keep on showing up bad. Might not fire your way on the 53, and they going. They working. Coaching staffs are bigger picture. That's why it upsets me so much every time somebody with the Patriots talk about Belichick. No, Belichick has always had a great staff. And look at all of them. They all get promoted. He can't keep a coordinator. Belichick can't keep a coordinator. And that's how it's supposed to be. And the Patriots know that. You're not supposed to keep a coordinator. Because if you can't keep a coordinator, something's going right. Something's going right. Something is, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Shout out to you guys, shout. I see you in the chat. You're not supposed to keep your coordinators. Because things are supposed to be that good where you can't keep them. But things are also that good, and as a result of it, they're successful. And then people want to argue with me. Oh, everybody who's becoming head coach for Belichick, his tree looks bad. Stop. His tree also comes out in terrible situations. Brian Flores has come out in the best situation than any coach out of Belichick tree. You know why? Brian Flores came in to a situation where, to a degree, in connection with Greer, he has full autonomy. He has full control to a degree. Him and Greer connection, he know how to build a team. I mean, and Greer does too. But what you want, Flores? What you think? What you doing? He ain't coming to a situation like the Matt Stafford situation, like Matt Patricia, where you got a high-paid quarterback that you stuck with. Flores ain't coming to that situation because the contract said, oh, we can actually go ahead and get a draft pick and go ahead and send them off now. I can come into a fresh start situation so I can build this the right way. But everybody else in Belichick's tree, they came out to a situation where this, and this ain't nothing we can do about. Do what you can with it, but work the rest of it. But usually that this, and this, that quarterback, that safety that you just signed last year on a mega deal who had a trash year after it, or that and this and that, you're stuck with. Flores ain't stuck with nobody. And then the people he is stuck with, oh, they worthy. They're worthy. They're worthy. And let me tell you why they got full control as well, and it's a beautiful thing. To release TJ McDonald with the salary cap implications, it don't really do the Dolphins that big of a favor. That shows you right there. They not tripping about the money. Do what you got to do. If that's what's going to make the team better, even if we take the necessary hit, do what you got to do. But I will say it feels like they are clearing a little bit of cap space for something. This year. I will say that. It looks like they're clearing a little bit of cap space for something this year. This year. It may not even happen right away, but this year. This year. Man, it's getting interesting, man. But these coaches, man. Let me see okay, so that derived from the Minka. All right. Let me see. What else is an easy topic before we keep moving on? Youth movement. Let's talk about youth movement. TD, I bet. Let me check y'all out real quick for a second before we go on. TD, I bet you Steals is gone by next week. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about that, and when we talk about trades and releases and cuts. We're going to talk about that. Almost $40 million in dead cap this year. Yeah. But guess what? That number drops more than half next year. It drops next year. McMillan is better than Baker. I'll leave that alone right now. You know why? McMillan ain't even on the field to defend himself in that argument. So I'll leave it alone right now. I'll leave it alone. All right. TD, wait. TD, think when we were in the head coach hunt, the pundit said Miami was the last attractive opening. Shh, man, no. See, that was stupidity to even think that. It's the most attractive. No, you know what? It was unattractive if you don't know the contract situations. Because if you knew the contract situations, you knew you can come in and get rid of a lot of the unattractive things. If you knew the situation in full. That's why I tell you, these media don't even know what they talk about when they talk about us. Oh, it's an unattractive destination. But if you did your research, you would have been on TV talking about it's a very attractive destination because regardless of the way their contracts are set up and these players that are older and this and that and this, whatever head coach comes in, if he's in agreement with the GM, the way the contracts are set up, they can get rid of a lot of them. But tell me what pundit or a person on TV doing that kind of research? No. They already got a preconceived notion in their head. The Miami Dolphins are the Miami Dolphins. No need to research them. Just talk negative about them, and 9 times out of 10, you'll be right. That's their playbook for the Miami Dolphins. And it's trash, man. But the reason why, the incentive they have of doing that is because the Miami Dolphin fans don't call them out on it because half of them be in the chat sections agreeing. Let me sip again on that. Half of them be in the chat section agreeing. Oh, we going to be 3-13 this year. Oh, we going to suck again. All they do is read your chat sections and fill your posts and say, oh, yeah, we can talk negative about them. Even the fans think it. So even if we don't do research, we probably will be 9 times out of 10 on. We'll be on par. Let me move on, man. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, this youth movement thing, man. I think y'all got it twisted. We're in a good position. See, the youth movement ain't just about youth. Matter of fact, let me say this. The youth movement has nothing to do with youth. Let me give you a different perspective to think about. I'm going to replace the word youth with money. It's a money movement. And where do you find the lowest money contracts for talent? Within the youth. But all we see is the age and say we just trying to get young players. But I can tell you now, if there were proven players out there for that same price and we can get them in Miami, we'd be the veteran movement, according to some people. It's all money. Yeah, you want a young player, but let me tell y'all why. It's not about the youth, the age movement. It's all money. One moment, y'all. Call him. Yeah, you can call. Just tell him I'll call him later. It's only a money thing, guys. It's only a money thing. Let me tell y'all why. You know what? This is going to be in conjunction with the Laramie Tunsil conversation. I'm going to mix the two conversations to prove the point I'm trying to make. Again, keep in mind, TD's analysis of this is not about a youth movement. It's about a money movement. And where do you get the best contracts with the best value? And it has to be the youth. It's the draft picks. It's the undrafted players. It's bringing in the young guys that barely even make $1 million a year. That's what it's about. Because you can, and if you can find talent out of that, what's the difference between Sam Egwavon if he keeps up this, right? If he keeps this up, what's the difference between Sam Egwavon and more than half the linebackers in the league? Nothing. Some might even say he's better already. Nothing's different on the field. But that checkbook, Sam ain't even making $1 million. But if he keeps this up, veteran linebackers in the league doing the same thing he does is making $5, $6, $7, $8 million. They're making that kind of money. So at the end of the day, the coaches aren't looking at it from a youth standpoint. It's about the money. Let me tell y'all why. Because let's talk about this Laramie Tunsil trade thing, right? Let's talk about it. I already knew we wouldn't trade Laramie Tunsil. He ain't no block. All that was just stupid, okay? It was stupid. First of all, you could have had this man on the contract technically for 2 more freaking years and not have to commit, technically. So I don't even know where that came from. People went off somebody being sarcastic and made it news. But I can see a world where we do trade Laramie Tunsil in a year or 2. Not this year, in a year or 2. I can actually see that world. I can see it. I can literally see it. And let me tell y'all why. I know everybody, let's be honest, everybody would flip out. They would go crazy. They would flip all the way out if that happened. They would, oh boy, man. Boy, they would, man, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? But let me tell you a scenario where we do. Laramie Tunsil is about to get a huge payday. Some people think that the Miami Dolphins wouldn't draft a left tackle next year in the draft. I'm going to run y'all through a course of the next hypothetical 3 years in a scenario where they trade Laramie Tunsil. Watch this. Next year's draft, they get a left tackle in the draft. And who knows? They might start him at right tackle. Follow me. Ain't no different from how Laramie Tunsil came in. Let's not forget. Laramie Tunsil was drafted and didn't even play his position. Didn't even play left tackle. He played left guard because we already had left tackle. All Pro Bowl left tackle. Albert, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart with his name right now. Brandon Albert. No, I'm not tripping, Stephen. Hear the scenario before you say I'm tripping. That's what kills me. Some people don't have the patience to hear a full analysis of something before they start saying whether you're wrong or not. Listen to the whole thing and listen to the logic. And because at the end of this, I'm going to tell you, the Patriots do it. And that's why they avoid paying crazy money. And they still win. So stop with that tripping stuff. Let me help you see the picture here. Let's hypothetically say the Miami Dolphins are rebuilding. Hypothetically say they're on a 3-year rebuild. They draft a left tackle next year. He might play right tackle. I don't know, right? They draft a few more offensive linemen. Say they figure out the offensive line next year. First round pick offensive lineman, the 2 second round picks are offensive linemen, and then they find a gem somewhere and or whatever it may be. They find what they need next year, hypothetically. Their focus is the line, nothing more, nothing less. Straight line. All of a sudden, everybody's raving about how we have a great O-line. Hypothetically, we are in the playoffs. Man, all we ever needed was to get an O-line. And we finally did it and we're winning. That's not far-fetched. If we fix our O-line, at least y'all can agree with me on that. We are actually a team that feel like we can compete with anybody. And Omar say too much hypotheticals here. Yeah, but these are things that actually happen. These are things that are happening. What if you saw a video right now of Flores and Greer and them talk about the same scenario? Technically, it's a hypothetical for them as well. And they're going to try to make it a plan that they execute. Matter of fact, you're right. I don't even know why I'm using the word hypothetical. This is a legitimate potential plan for the Miami Dolphins. Fix the O-line next year, and Tunsil is on the roster. And we have one of the best O-lines in the league all of a sudden. We got Tunsil on the left, another first-round pick on the right, and between the 2 second-round picks, another one is great, and we find another gem, and we got a good O-line next year. Now they're in the decision, do we franchise Tunsil? Yeah, let's go ahead and give it another year. Slap the tag on him. Slap the tag on him. Now we got another year. We probably pick up another good offensive lineman in the draft, and then we get more things for our team. Now we're ready for war. Third offseason comes. Laramie Tunsil has been just traded from the Miami Dolphins for a first-round pick. Don't say it's far-fetched. Laramie Tunsil has just been traded from the Miami Dolphins for a first-round pick. What do they use the first-round pick on? Another offensive lineman. And then they go into this whole Gruden conversation. Why would you trade away an offensive lineman that's proven to go get an offensive lineman that ain't proven? That's what the argument will be. That's what the argument will be. Because one of them is going to cost you $16 million a year for the next 5 years, and then he's getting up in age. Ain't had no real injuries. Odds are he's about to at some point. It is hard to find an offensive lineman that ain't had nothing. What's the difference? So all y'all who think I'm tripping, what's the difference from what the Patriots just did? They traded to get an offensive lineman on rent. An all-pro offensive lineman on rent. And then let the man go. And he won a Super Bowl for you. He did his job. He did a hell of a job. And then you let him go in free agency just to say, well, we drafted your replacement the year before, but we wanted to give him some time to learn. We drafted your replacement a year before, but we wanted to give him some time to learn. Now he's going to be the starter. They did the same thing. You know what? We'll look at our franchise and our team and be like, we're stupid. And we'll look at the Patriots and then be like, man, they smart, man. They still find ways to get it done. The Patriots just did this. All-pro left tackle that they had first dibs on giving this man $16 million a year and just to lock him in. And what did they do? Hey, give me a hand. We appreciate your service. Thank you so much. Go be great. You're going to earn that money. We drafted this guy a year ago. He's going to take your spot. He's going to take your spot. Period. And we making it seem like it's far-fetched. You have to be able to keep up with the game, y'all, of salary cap. Brian Flores said that today, too. He said it in his press conference. Every decision we make, we consider money. Every decision we make, we consider money. Leave it to some of y'all. Y'all will pay everybody. And I always give y'all this scenario. Find the best quarterback in the league. How about give him $35 million? Xavier Howard, give him his 15. That's $50 million right there for 2 players. $50 million for 2 players. And then leave it to y'all to keep going. Laramie Tunsil, give him his 15, $65 million. Remember, we got $191 million salary cap. 3 players are already taking up $65 million. 3 players. And you know what you're going to do? Here's what's going to happen. When it's time for Minka to get his money and he balling out, man, give him his 12 a year. $77 million. $77 million. This is what you're going to do. Now, if we keep going through the roster from our best players, and if they get better and become great, hypothetically, if they become great, y'all the type of individuals that want to spend $150 million on 10 players. Y'all want to spend $150 million on 10 players. Well, if they all great and worth it, spend it. And then you got 43 players on the roster that has to split $43 million. Oh my gosh. You got 43 players on the roster that got to split $43 million. So, and this is what I'm talking about. All you need is a team full of 7s to win it all. That's what the Patriots do. They may have 1 or 2 10-rated players, but everybody else is 7 and 8s with good contracts. But what we want to do is have 10 we want to have 10 players paid at the 10 level, and then everybody else at a 3 or 4. Paid at a 3 or 4 level. That's what we want to do. I don't get that. You have to consider salary cap. And everybody who say, oh, this and that, and this, we only have one team to model it off of, and that's the New England Patriots. Yeah, people want to talk about, oh, the right way to build a team or what's the right way to do things. It's only one team you can look at. You can't look at these teams who jumped out and won one, and then all of a sudden they ain't relevant no more for the next 10 years. You can't look at them. We want to win so bad, we willing to pay so much just to win once and then suck for the next 60 years again. We want to win so bad that we're willing to do whatever it takes to win one and then suck for the next 50 years. We don't have the patience nor care to build something that brings long-term sustainable success to our organization, where our fans can be proud that we're in the playoffs every year, that we're competing for a Super Bowl every year. That's all we're doing. The decisions that we talk about making are not for long-term. It's not for long-term success. It's just not. Y'all fall in love with the player versus the team. And to be honest with you, man, it's almost getting sickening. The NFL as a whole is getting sickening when it's coming to these contracts. I'm all for people getting their cash, but somebody needs to make a stand at some point. Because paying these players, overpaying these players this buku money is driving the markets so high that it's unsustainable for teams to actually win. TD, I agree, but trading Tunsil would be a huge step back. I agree with that too. It would be a huge step back. Until you bring in his replacement, which brought it right back to normal. No, y'all get this straight. I'm not saying we're going to trade Tunsil. You're all ultimately taking a chance in doing that. That's taking a chance. I don't think we're going to trade Tunsil. But if we ever seen Tunsil traded within the next 2 years, y'all remember this conversation, because this is the only logical reason why something like that could happen. That I have, the only logical reason. But y'all got to understand, man, you don't listen, think big, think organization. You want your team to be so far ahead of the game. Imagine a world where the Miami Dolphins are so far ahead of the game where they're winning Super Bowls and 80% of their roster is always less than 4 years in this league. That's when you're ahead of the game. You're winning Super Bowls and 80% of your roster is less than 4 years in this league. Less than 5. Let me say that. Less than 5. You're winning Super Bowls and that's what you're doing. You're the best dynasty of all time if you can get to that place. Best dynasty of all time. But how could you do that? By continuing to draft well, by continuing to develop talent, and by continuing to not fall in love with the player and do what's best for the team. Everybody talks about who should be here and who shouldn't, but they don't pull up them salary caps at the same time. They don't pull up those salary caps. Look at Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. What you think they going through right now? What you think they going through right now? You think it was that easy for Seattle to pay Russell Wilson $35 million a year? They waited to the very last day to do it. They waited to the very last day of having to make a decision to do it. It had to get rid of one of their best defensive players as a result. This is what the Cowboys going through. They literally last week signed their linebacker $55 million 5-year deal, $11 million per year. They've offered Ezekiel Elliott his contract. He like, no, I want to be the highest paid. In an easy world, he want to be the highest paid. He's that great. Go ahead and sign him. You know what Jerry Jones thinking about? Oh, this is getting frustrating. At the end of the day, we got to have Zeke here. But by having Zeke here, it's hurting the rest of this team for us building what we're trying to build. Because we can't afford possibly to give Amari Cooper his deal if we're giving Zeke that kind of money. It's going to be harder for us to give Dak Prescott his deal if I'm giving Ezekiel Elliott this money. Same thing with Dak Prescott. It's going to be hard to give Ezekiel Elliott that money if I'm giving him this deal. Because all people pay attention to are the big names. And then they get mad at us, the general managers and the owners, because we can't put talent around them big names. That's all you got in this league. A whole bunch of fans getting mad at general managers and owners, telling them they suck. They can't never get the right protection for the quarterback. They can't never get the quarterback the right weapons. They can't never get a good running game. Because they sitting here playing balancing act. Oh my gosh. I mean, the fans want a top receiver. But if I get this top receiver, we're going to have to lose over here. And they get so stressed that they're like, just get the people what they want. They get the receiver, then next year, oh, we suck. Why we can't never have the right running game? Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We got to get the right running game. Give the people what they want. Oh, they suck. Why they ain't got the right protection now? Now the receiver we got in the running game we got don't even matter. Doesn't even matter. And then when teams go to the ultimate extreme, pay whatever it is in all season, get them the offensive line. Then they wonder why they score 30 points a game and still only have an 8-8 season. Because your defense can't stop nobody from scoring. But we don't care. We don't care about the money. We don't care about the money. We just care about the player we like, pay them, and don't care about what it's going to do to the team. People act like there is no salary cap in football. They act like it's just a race of who wants to come to Miami. Can you bring the talent here? Y'all act like it's a celebrity, a popularity contest. Nobody want to talk about the money part of it. They want to ignore that. Pay him, pay him, pay him. Pay him. He's our best player, though. Pay him. Man, just remember how vanilla everything been, and they've still created a lot of pressure. True. Mike and P. Greer is Chris Greer is why we even have a future. Loaded us with talent from decent drafts. People forget about the timeline in our general manager, how that's worked with Tannenbaum and Greer. Y'all putting a lot of pressure on Greer, and a lot of the stuff that's happened in the past is not his fault. He was actually having battles. That's why they let go of Tannenbaum. Once again, y'all forgot that this roster was given to Greer. But the same guy y'all crying about not trading is the same guy Greer picked in the first round. Come on. I don't know why y'all talking bad about Greer. Y'all forgot. Greer and Tannenbaum, they were having their moments. They were having their moments. And in this offseason, I did a lot of videos on it, giving y'all details about what one believed versus the other believed. And one was trying to go, hey, give Adam Gase what he needs. Tannenbaum and Adam Gase, and Greer like, we got to think about the future. That's why Greer run the ship now. Gase ran the roster, LOL. He left because he wanted full control. Chris Greer the GOAT, trust him. Stephan, how can you say that when they you talking to somebody else? Not going to tell a man who goes out there and put their body on the line that they shouldn't get their money. By all means, young men, get paid if you can. The owner makes millions of dollars off them. I think you got it misunderstood, Rockefeller Gold. Nobody telling a young man who puts their body on the line that they shouldn't get paid. How many times I got to give y'all this example of what Belichick do? Hey, man, you've been great for us. We appreciate everything you've done. You're about to go make a lot of money, just not here. Thank you for your services. Go be great. We ain't stopping them from making a lot of money. We're not stopping anybody from making a lot of money. Matter of fact, we should welcome them going to make a lot of money because it's going to make whatever team they go to potentially have that many more problems. That many more problems. You know what? Let me say this. Somebody, and this is off the top of my head, so I could be proven wrong right here. Here's an opportunity for y'all to prove me wrong. Name a top priority free agent. I'm talking about somebody who was signed by another team to get a massive contract, the number one contract of their kind, the top paid or whatever, who went on to be the difference maker in winning the Super Bowl. Do me that favor. I'm going to wait about 60 seconds. Somebody in the comment section, let me know the top player, I don't care what position it is, that went to a team and became the highest paid or got a massive deal that was the difference maker and went on to win the Super Bowl. I will wait. But you want to keep them on your roster. You want to keep them on your roster to make that much of a difference. Watch this, y'all. Oh, I love the two names you just named. Watch this. Any more? Any more before I handle the Peyton Manning and Reggie White situation? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can stop giving me names right now. I knew any name that you named had to be way in the past. It had to be in the past. In the last 10 years, It had to be in the past. Because back then, contracts weren't lopsided like this. Back then, quarterbacks weren't even making more than $20 million a year. Totally different situation. Y'all got to keep up with every facet of football. Every single facet of the game. It had to be somebody then. No question. Contracts weren't this way. Contracts weren't affecting the team from a salary cap standpoint like they're doing today. Let me tell you why. Back then, the highest paid quarterback was getting somewhere around 9, 10, 11% of the salary cap. Today, you got quarterbacks getting 18 and 19% of the salary cap. 18, 19% of the salary cap. See, back then, your quarterbacks, your highest paid quarterbacks were getting somewhere between 9, 10, or 11% of the salary cap. That is a huge difference. To go from roughly 10% to double. And of the salary cap, might I add. And hopefully y'all following me on that math. Hopefully you following me on that math. Total different situation. It's easier to bring in that one guy to make a difference because you may paying him a lot of money ain't killing you. It still ain't killing you. You still can put a little bit of talent here and there. Quarterback should be paid the most important position. I agree. They should be paid the most. But what you're failing to realize, if they were getting 11% of the salary cap, they would still be paid the most. If they were still getting 11, 12% of the salary cap, they would still be paid the most. But we done turned it into 19, 20% of the salary cap. And y'all talk about, oh, it's what the market dictates. It ain't what the market dictates. It's what these dumb teams signing you to it dictates. It's what these dumb teams are dictating. Y'all let these teams, that's why I say it's the sad part of the NFL. They're letting these sorry teams drive the salary cap and they messing up the game. They're messing up the game. You know why? You got more. Y'all don't understand what the Patriots have created as an imbalance in the NFL. The Patriots have created an imbalance in the NFL. The early 2000s, you had the Patriots winning, 2 Super Bowls in that time? But you had the Bears, you had the Ravens, you had like, in a 10-year period, you had like 6 or 7 different Super Bowl winning teams. You had like 6 or 7 different Super Bowl winning teams. Because the market wasn't the way it is now. But now with the way that players are driving the market, it's basically saying we're going to sit these 25 teams over here. They're going to keep fighting for nothing. One might eclipse out here and there, but they're going to be fighting for nothing. The other 6 are really going to be in the fray every year. They're going to play them in the first round, destroy them, and it's always going to be that. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. It's so imbalanced right now, and y'all don't notice that? It's so imbalanced right now. But only the teams that see the bigger picture are making the difference. Only the teams that see what's going on make the difference. And the Patriots leading the way over everybody. The Patriots are leading the way over everybody. That's why I tell y'all look at the Chiefs right now, right? I keep telling y'all over the last 7 years, you can afford to have a whole bunch of really good contracts on your team when you got a rookie quarterback who's playing well around that. That's all we've seen in this NFL. Up and coming rookie quarterbacks flashing and doing great things. Great things. But as soon as they get their deal, where they go? Where they go? Where y'all been? Where y'all been? The best you've done is a wild card appearance and lost in the first round? Everybody want to ignore me when I make that point. They want to ignore that point. Where they been? Where they been? I'm waiting, y'all. Name the quarterback in the last, I'll even do better, in the last 10 years that came in this league, they had a great rookie contract, amazing, and all of a sudden, when they got their big deal, they were still great. The team I'm talking about. Forget the player, I'm talking about the team now. Can somebody help me with that? Name to me one more time the quarterback who has been great, and when they got their big deal, the team been great. The team was still great. Name it. And if you can name one or two people, they probably ain't even win a Super Bowl. They probably ain't win a Super Bowl. Matt Ryan. Point exactly. Ain't win a Super Bowl. Can't get it done. Can't get it done. Drew Brees ain't come in the last 10 years. Hell, did Matt Ryan come in the last 10 years? Matt Ryan ain't over 10 years at this point. Aaron Rodgers, what has his team done as of lately? It have been 9 years since he won the Super Bowl. Y'all making my point right now. Y'all are making my point right now. But y'all want to follow that same path. The same path. Phillip Rivers, another one. A career, can't get it done. Because y'all want to put it on the quarterbacks, right? Ben Roethlisberger ain't been, he's longer than 10 years in this league. And once again, Ben Roethlisberger came in whenever the contracts weren't lopsided like this. But as soon as they gave Ben his last deal, what's happened? What's happened? Ever since Ben got his last deal, they've been talking about firing Tomlin, this and that. He survived by the chin of his chinny chin chin every year. Come on, y'all keep making my point. Keep on naming guys. TD, why are you attacking us? I ain't attacking you. If you disagree with what I'm saying and don't see the logic, I ain't attacking you. I'm trying to show you the bigger picture. I'm trying to show you the bigger picture because I'm trying to show people what they're ignoring. They want to say we should do this, but don't have no analytical reason of why we should. And that's why we've been losing. That's what I'm attacking, the losing mentality. I'm not attacking any individual. I'm attacking a losing mentality that I am tired of. I am straight up attacking a losing mentality. Won't shy from it. Will not shy from it. I'm tired of the losing mentality. When you got evidential proof all around you. Evidence is all around you. And I'm asking the tough questions and I'm trying to get answers. I'm trying to get answers to support that losing mentality so I can educate myself according to some people because I'm wrong, right? You need to check PFF. All those guys are highly regarded within their position. True. They are all quality players. Oh, you talking to Pete? I was going to say, I think you're talking about something else. You're not. Your tone is going to chase off some people. let me be clear. Some things ain't for everybody. That's all I can say on that. Some things aren't for everybody. Now, I promise you there are some people that maintain a great tone that are available. Some things ain't for everybody. You know? I always tell y'all that. I'm at 5,300 subscribers right now. If I go down to 2,300, some things ain't for everybody. I'm having fun doing me talking sports because I'm passionate about my team. I'm passionate about my team. Somebody said, stop yelling at me. Man, you guys are sensitive as hell. Dante, you ain't got to get, listen, but for the people who are here right now because they love it, y'all ain't got to get on those individuals. People are who they are. We don't have to make fun of who they are. If they're sensitive and this is too much for them, they are who they are. It's no right for us to tell them they're too sensitive, you know? They are who they are. I can't get mad at them. I could have been born and raised in a world where I was sensitive, but I'm not. But I can't get mad at them if they were. I can't come at them because they were, you know? Let them be, you know? Everybody has their own decision to make. Oh, TD's a little too rough. I can't deal with this. Unsubscribe. Oh, I love this stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Subscribe. It's that simple. It ain't no love lost on either way. Somebody wrote me the other day. Your take on the Kenny Stills thing, I like everything you do, but you just lost a subscriber. I'm sorry. I replied, no need to apologize. I'm actually proud of you for standing up for what you believe. God bless. It's that simple. We ain't no back and forth. We ain't got to go at people. It ain't that simple. Let people make their decision. At the end of the day, again, I keep on educating y'all on one thing. It's none of my business what you think about me. If y'all took the same thought process, some people will have a lot more peace in life. I promise you. Man, preaching TD and Esteban, I'd rather be a winner doing it the right way and paying fair prices than overpaying and being the seller for the next 10 years. That's all I'm saying. You hit it right on the head. There is a science to this. And just because some people don't know the science, they want to tell you you're wrong. That's why I do this channel, to talk about the details of it. The part that people aren't talking about. The aspect that people want to ignore. They want to go through, man, sometimes maybe just because their capacity ain't built for it right now. Right now. And that's why I'm appreciative to some people who even email and tell me things like, bro, you give me a whole new perspective to look at things, and I appreciate that. I see things clearer now. It makes me actually realize certain things, and it makes all the sense in the world. That makes me feel great because that's what I'm trying to deliver. I ain't trying to sit here and agree with you just because it's the popular thing to do. I'm not, that ain't who I am to sit here and just, oh, the people will love. Like we could be trying to trade Josh Rosen right now. If it's the best thing for the team, I'm going to give you my analysis on why it's the best thing. Oh, but you'll lose people if you say that. You're supposed to be positive about him because people will love it. No. And I am positive about Rosen because I think he is the future, by the way. But no, man. No. We ain't going there. Ain't going there, man. I'm going to ride with you, bro. Shout out to you, Terrence, man. Love you for that one, homie. Finsanity, first thing that needs to happen for Miami to win is get rid of Fitzpatrick. Should have never even wasted the money. Blame Greer for the $10 million contract to Jay Cutler. The Jay Cutler deal was because of Adam Gase. Let's get that straight now. Yeah, Greer has the last sign off, but that's what got Adam Gase gone, wanting to win now. And that's what got Tannenbaum gone, approving of it. And that's why Greer kind of got, in so many terms, promoted to handling it all. Because it's one thing when you're a general manager and you're saying, I don't think we should do this. But then 3 other people in the room where y'all supposed to have an environment, even though it's his ultimate decision, but y'all supposed to have an environment of, let's talk, we're going to work together on this. And the other guys are saying, let's do it. I'm going to give you what you want, but this could be your downfall. Check. How you going to put that on Greer? We talked about this before. That's why you got to know the ins and outs of what was going on in that front office. That ain't on Greer. It's not on Greer at all. And then we say we shouldn't have never got Fitzpatrick. Why not? Look how much we paying the man. It's backups in the league that make more than that. It's backups in the league that makes more than that. Let me tell you what getting Fitzpatrick does that people also is ignoring. That's the most beautiful thing for this team. When has Josh Rosen ever had to compete? When has Josh Rosen ever had to compete and fight for something? That's what you're supposed to bring in for your young quarterback. What Tannehill never had. You're supposed to bring in a veteran and you threatening the starting spot. That kid got to be on his A game, and I like how he's handled it, ladies and gentlemen. At least the way he speaks in the media, he understands. He understands that he has to be on his A game. He understands that he has to bring it every day. He understands that he has to polish his game to a way to where he actually becomes a legitimate, certified starting quarterback in this NFL to own this team. And you may have not have gotten that if he came in and you gave him the keys right away and said, hey, this is your team. And we going with the ups and downs and just whatever. No. When has he had to ever compete? This was perfect signing. In the worst case scenario, due to an injury or something, worst case scenario, Fitzpatrick can come in and spare your quarterback and maybe get you a few games. Maybe win you a few. Maybe. Man, I've studied Rosen in Arizona, and I could tell you even from a demeanor standpoint, this kid is a little bit more focused right now. He wants it a little more than when he was on camera in Arizona talking to the media. He wants it more now. Where do you think that come from? Part of it is proving that he wasn't a bust in Arizona, but the other part, how can I prove it if I don't even work my way into being a starter here? I got to stay focused. You put that pressure on him. Fitzpatrick was a amazing signing. It was an amazing signing. And I agree with you. We had no quarterback, and that's why we signed Fitzpatrick, and Rosen came later. You didn't think they already had in the works that they would try to go get Rosen? You think that was a draft day thing? Hey, you think we should go get Rosen? I mean, they're on the board, and we might want to move back. You think that was a draft day thing? You don't think that they had that as an option way back after Flores won a Super Bowl? Greer came in and presented that's an option. They kept on monitoring the situation of what Arizona was going to do with the first pick. Are they trading? You don't think they got on the phone right away and was like, hey, we heard y'all was doing this. Is that all true? Well, we don't know yet, but you know what y'all talking about. And you're right, Kay. I will give you that. You did say that. That what happened. No, I don't, because they went for Teddy. They didn't go for Teddy. They went for several. That's what you do as a general manager. Hey, we got Teddy out there. How much? Let's see how much we can get Teddy for. Hey, we got this person out there. Let's see how much we can get him for. Let's offer him this. See what he want to do. Let's offer him that. Let's see what he want to do. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. They're going to. They should have. That makes sense. Period, man. You also have to realize Rosen has more talent on his team than he had in Arizona all day. All day. Fitch Rosen. Well, Lord. Rosen actually has a worse O-line on Miami than he did in Arizona. Time will tell, Ethan. I don't know, man. I think this O-line will be a lot better than y'all think when the season starts. Rosen doesn't have to start week 1, but he will take over shortly after. That's my take on it, Kay. That's my take on it. I think that's how it's going to go down. Y'all hit that like button. I kind of think that's how it's going to go down. That's exactly how I think it's going to go down. So sad these people have no faith. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But that's the beautiful thing, Chad. That's the beautiful thing about it. Having faith, and then whenever it turns out the right way, the feeling you receive from that. The feeling you get from that. Having faith, and then it turns out the right way, ain't no better feeling. And then the ones who didn't have faith are going to come around like they had faith the whole time. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. See, MTD, now we agree on everything. Oh, man. Hey, TD, I asked a question earlier concerning K's post. When do you believe Rosen will take over? Believe it will be after the bye. What say you? Fins up. It's a great question. Y'all got to understand how volatile this situation is. Hell, things can go down in practice this week, and next thing you know, Rosen taking over game one. That's a real possibility. Now, don't get me wrong now. If that happened, boy, I'm telling you now, y'all, well, the people that's here heard me say that just now. But boy, all the people that don't like me gonna come, oh, I told you, you ain't tell me nothing. I just think that they're gonna start Fitzpatrick and let him be his own demise. And if that happens, that's another thing that confuses me. We automatically say Fitzpatrick is gonna suck. We automatically say that. You never count a gamer out. It's almost like that Tebow effect. The man couldn't practice worth nothing. He couldn't play 3 quarters worth nothing. But was he not the reason you got the W? Am I wrong here? Do y'all see my point on that? Man couldn't practice worth a lick, boy. First 3 quarters, boy. But at the end of the day, was he not the reason you got the W's? Was he not the reason you made the playoffs that year? Was he not the reason you won a first playoff game? Man. At TD, I appreciate the knowledge you drop for the squad. I've been a Fins fan for years living in Dallas. It's good to know there are fans that share the same vision. It's a beautiful thing, Andre. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And let me tell you why I'm blessed to have this platform for our team. Because when you get people screaming at the top of their lungs about how wrong you are, but they have no proof about it, that's why it feels good to have a mic. Because what's been happening to Dolphin fans so long, they've seen visions like this and understand the ins and outs of what we're trying to do, they've been silenced by the masses. They've been silenced by the masses. I can go on Facebook right now and make just a general comment like, no, let me do you one better. I could have went on Facebook 3 weeks ago and said Tannehill wasn't a problem in Miami on one of the most popular Dolphins Facebook pages. And I would have probably had 90% of the people attacking me. Now today I go on there and say, man, it sure is we're starting to look like it was the O-line because Tannehill balling in Tennessee. And I go in the comment section, oh, where are all the people at? Where are all the people who were ready to pounce on Tannehill? Regardless if he sucked. I'm just saying. And the worst thing you see in those comment sections is, it's preseason. Give it time. But they know it ain't going to be time because they're probably going to start Mariota anyway. So that's the problem. When you don't have your own platform to speak and actually elaborate your meaning It's almost like when you're because we're not the majority. A lot of the takes that I give is the majority, because the majority don't even look at it as deep as I do. And it doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean they're wrong. I'm just giving my take and giving you a reason why, and time will tell. Time will tell. But the problem is we don't want to wait on that time to tell. We just want to automatically start punching people and bashing them about what their thoughts are. Time will tell. Time is going to tell if Kenyon Drake is going to be long-term or if he's going to be replaced. Truth be told, some people even backed up off of that on me. Time will tell. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. I still get sad thinking about how good Tannehill would have been with the unicorn corns for a full season. Practice versus actual game footage is way different. Trust me, as a coach, it's a way different evaluation process, kind of like going to a gun range and having to actually shoot a live target. Way different. I agree with you, Kay. It is way different. I agree with you. It's way different. But guess what? This is out of Brian Flores' mouth itself. I'm actually, for the record, I agree with what you're saying. But out of Brian Flores' mouth itself, how I evaluate it is not just the game. And I understand that the game, in practice, what these guys, because all of it matters. You're right. It is totally different. But we can't sit here and ignore practice. We can't. That was in response to a previous post, bro. Not towards you. Okay. Well, it's still relevant for those who may have read it that way. Joe Robbie needs to buy Miami again. Man, Tannehill has been doing that every preseason, looking good. Okay. That's fair. That is 100% fair. He's done it every preseason, look good. Still don't change the facts of the other situation. And then the thing about me is I never just stop right there. You have to ask yourself, why has he been doing it every preseason? Why is he able to do it every preseason? Not every quarterback's able to do it every preseason, but why is he able to do it every preseason? That's the question I would ask you. That's the main question I would ask you. Because if we say anything about, the talent or this and that around and all this and that, but ain't that how we evaluating Rosen of what he's doing in preseason? Hey, good response, Kay. He's healthy then. Good response. All right, man. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's about to happen, all right? I'm about to end this stream, and I am about to talk about starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins in relation to the Andrew Luck situation. Because I want that to be by itself. I want that to be all by itself. Okay? Starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins this year in relation to the Andrew Luck situation. I'm not going Dwayne. I'm hitting end stream and I'm starting a new one because this is a whole new conversation. Whole new conversation. Because I'm going to do a lot of venting on this one. Talking about this situation of our quarterback controversy and who should start. And I'm going to use Andrew Luck as a huge example in my take or my thought process. All right. It's your boy TD from TD Phins Talk. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Any of y'all who's still here, I'll address those that are still here that kind of feel like my tone was a little extra. I appreciate y'all sticking with me. I'm just very passionate about what I do. Nothing to you personally. Nothing to you personally at all. Especially if you disagree with me. It may sound like I'm talking about you, but I'm talking about thought processes. And just because some of you all may have those thought processes doesn't mean I look at you any different as a person. I don't look at you as stupid because you don't have the same thought process. I don't look at you as not making sense. Your thought process is your thought process. How you were raised, how you were developed, how your mental capacity is, whatever it may be, brought you to your thought process. Stick behind it. But I do urge you all, have an open mind. Yeah, matter of fact, only to those who have an open mind and still disagree, I'm all good with it. But if you just got a closed mind, then at the end of the day, your opinion is your opinion. I don't even know why you listen to anybody else. To me, that don't make sense. But at the end of the day, it's TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I will be live in less than 5 minutes because we got a lot more to talk about. We still got to talk about the TJ McDonald trade. We still got to talk about this O-line as a whole. We still got to talk about Balazs Drake that somebody asked earlier because I want to add more insight on that. And we got to talk about this Andrew Luck and our starting quarterback to be. And cuts. In conjunction with who we should trade or who we may trade. All right? It's your boy TD Fans Talk. Love y'all. Appreciate your support. Peace, y'all. I'll see y'all in a few minutes, man.